Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man and it's time to make some soap. As promised, I'm going to be testing some new fragrances, and the one I'm trying today is Pineapple Papaya from Brambleberry. Brambleberry says this accelerates, so I'm going to have to really take that into account. I've seen pictures of people who used it. Some people even had a drop swirl, didn't have any issues. I'll try it. I'm going to do layers, textured layers, so long as I can get it into the mold, I should not have any problems. And we'll just see. It'll depend on how well it does as to whether or not I use it in the piping. I'm also going to be testing a new mica in the piping. This was a sample that Mad Mica sent to me called Banana Split. I've just never really been happy with the yellow that I use. So I'm going to see how this does, if I can get a brighter yellow. So I was inspired by this one. The inspiration came from the old 90s sitcom The Nanny. If you've watched it, you know The Nanny and her bright, vibrant, really showy clothes. And this one was actually pretty laid back and subdued for her. It was a blouse that had a light pink, a light orange, and a light green. For the light green, I'm using Nurture Soap's New Leaf Green. The mica itself looks spot on for the color of her blouse. I don't know what it'll be like after saponification. Probably won't be the same. The orange, I'm using Orange Vibrance. Now, I usually bump this up with a neon. I'm going to leave it just as it is because it does lighten in cold process soap. And the pink, I think I'm going to use Amaranth Pink because it was a light pink and that looks pretty close. If it's too light, I'll put a little bit of pink vibrance in it, but I think that's going to be right on. Because this is known to accelerate, I'm using a higher water, more water than I normally use. I've got my stick blender on low, so I'll do just as minimal as possible. So let's get started and see how it is. I'll be back as soon as I get this ready. Okay, we're back and it's time to get started. So I'm going to start on the bottom layer, obviously, which will be the New Leaf Green. Now this is also a morphing mica, so I really won't know for sure until tomorrow what it looks like. And this batter has not been stick blended. It will actually lighten up when I stick blend it, but it has only been hand stirred. But I'm trying to mitigate the acceleration on this fragrance as much as possible. Now that right there, it's already starting to morph. That right there looks exactly like what I'm wanting. But of course that has to be stick blended because it has only been hand stirred. My blender's on low. That should be enough. Yep. And now the moment of truth, and I know I can use the whole bottle even if I do it in the frosting. If I don't do it in the frosting, I'll have some left over, but I can safely use this whole bottle. So here we go. I'm going to put about a third in and hand stir it only. And so far so good. So it might set up quickly, but it may set up quickly, but I'll be able to, oh yeah. Look at that, no problems. It actually broke it up. And since I don't want to wait forever, I'm going to give it a quick hit because I don't want to be waiting forever, and I'm doing textured layers, so I'm not worried about smooth lines or nice swirls. So let's get this into the mold. Oh yeah, it's a little thick now, but definitely manageable. And it really, really smells good. I can tell already, as long as the scent holds, this is definitely going to be a winner. Because this smells out of this world. So, that's too thin to do anything with, so I'll be back. Okay, I also forgot to mention, I'm going to texture this, but I'm also going to do a mica line in between. I'm going to use Nurture Soap's Mocha Brown. This has been sitting a couple of minutes, and I mean, it's holding its texture, but it took a couple of minutes to get to this point, and it's still really soft. So, acceleration is minimal. For me anyway, at least in my recipe. So this is Mocha Brown from Nurture Soap. Clean the sides up just a little bit so we don't have that brown going up on the sides. And let's get our next layer. So yeah, acceleration is very workable. So our next layer is going to be the pink. And I think I'm going to just do the amaranth pink. It's going to be the color I want. Yep. I'm going to stop with that. So let's give this a good buzz, because this has also just been hand stirred, not stick blended at all. And get about a third of our fragrance. Or a quarter of our fragrance, excuse me. Yep, I'm down to half, that's right. So if it keeps going like this, I will definitely fragrance the frosting, because I'll definitely have time to pipe it. Looking good, behaving well. And I'm going to just give it a quick squirt of alcohol just to kind of keep that mica in place. Oops. And I'll be back when that sets up. Alright, it's time for our orange layer, and so far I am loving this fragrance. Now only 4 weeks cure time will tell if I'll buy it again, because it depends if it holds its scent. Oh, that did not attach. Save that for the frosting because it's behaving well enough to use in frosting, definitely. And needless to say, that is too thin. I won't start the frosting until that sets up enough, so I'll be back for the frosting. Okay, I'm back and it's time to cut our soap, and I think the colors are spot on for what I wanted. We'll find out when I cut it. I've been doing something the past several batches. I think I'm going to stop. I do the heat transfer method and only stir the batter, and I only stick blend it until I'm ready. And I've been having some weird things. I have no idea what's going on here, but I think I have a false trace, and I know when I put the piping on, it was lumpy, kind of almost like the fragrance was separating, but I don't think that's what it was. I think I'm going to stop doing that because it's happened on several batches. It's grainy when I pour it, and I think I've achieved false trace, and it separates. So that's probably what's happening there. We'll see. It smells good. So far, I really like this fragrance, and the next day, it still really smells good. Now, how on earth I got a hole there, I don't know. But yeah, those colors are spot on. And so far, I like this yellow on top. I've never used it before. If it stays that color, I'll definitely buy that mica. Whatever's happening there, I don't know, but it didn't transfer to the inside. That's the main thing. there we have it. I'm really pleased with these. You know, whatever's on the side, it's minimal. I'm not too worried about it. I'm overall really happy with this. And so far, really happy with this fragrance. So a big shout out and thanks to Miss Fine, aka the nanny, because it was her outfit that gave me the collar idea. And that's what I have this week. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and be blessed. Bye, everybody.